Most men don't talk about what they're going through. Most men don't open up. Most men don't let their guard down and talk about their emotions. Talk about the things they're feeling like it's not just a thing that we do. And I say we because I'm a victim of this too. Like, I'm not the type of person that opens up. I'm not the type of person that's vulnerable. I'm not the type of person that just talks about my feelings or talks about my emotions. Like, we keep it in all the time. We deal with it alone. And I made it a task of mine today to figure out why we do this. Why do we avoid vulnerability? Why don't we talk about our problems? And I also made it a task of mine of trying to figure out how we break that cycle. Because if I'm being honest with y'all, bro, to all the men out there, and for even the women out there that don't like to talk about their problems, avoiding vulnerability is not strength. And like I said, I'm a person that avoids it all the time. I don't talk about my feelings. I don't talk about my problems. I don't talk about the things I think about. I write them down. I talk to God about them. But 9 times out of 10, 99% of people out here, I don't say anything about it. I keep it in. But like I said, avoiding vulnerability is not strength. You think about it in the grand scheme of things in life in general, when you avoid something, that means you're scared of it. You fear it. So if we're supposed to be these strong men and we're supposed to live by strength and domination, control, all that, how are we scared of something when it comes to our emotions? We're avoiding vulnerability, so how do we see that as a strength? All it is a cycle that keeps us stuck in the same position. A cycle that doesn't help us grow, that doesn't help us learn, that doesn't help us get 1% closer to who we want to be. But what is vulnerability, bro? Vulnerability is consciously choosing to show true emotions, desires, and flaws to others, letting down emotional walls and risking emotional discomfort to build trust and deep connections. That's what vulnerability is. And I know me personally, I don't talk about none of those things I just said in that definition. And you watching this video right now, you probably don't either, because we avoid it. We're scared of it. But why though? Because we've been taught coming up that showing emotion is weakness. We've been taught that opening up, we shouldn't do that because we lose respect that way. We give people control over us when we do that. We've always been told to man up. We've been told, don't cry, toughen up, you got it, be strong. We've been taught to not really have emotions, but suppressing everything that we feel, suppressing our emotions, suppressing our thoughts, suppressing our feelings, all that does is lead to pressure on ourselves. It leads to unrealistic expectations. It leads to stress. It leads to isolation. So like I said, you don't become stronger by avoiding everything. You don't become stronger by hiding everything. You become stronger by learning how to handle it, learning how to control it, learning how to break the cycle. Like I said, from the jump, when we come into this earth, bro, we're told to man up from a young age. 3 years old, can't even cry when we fall on the sidewalk. No emotion. Don't cry, be strong. So we learned as men to suppress our emotions. We learned to avoid opening up. Like, we weren't taught to express our emotions or how to express our emotions. We weren't taught how to talk about our feelings or decipher what we're feeling, decipher the emotions we feel, decipher our thoughts. We weren't taught to be emotionally intelligent. We were taught how to hide them. We were taught how to compartmentalize them and just keep it moving. That's how we were conditioned. That's how we come up. That's what we're taught. Especially for the kids that play sports all day life, bro. Toughen up, bro. You good? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Because yes, we are men. We're supposed to be strong. We're not supposed to show emotions all the time because we got to lead the people around us, whether it be our families, whether it be our friends, whoever it might be. Like, we have to lead by example. So yes, there's times where we got to be strong. There's times where we can't show emotions. There's times where we can't express our feelings. But at some point, it gets to a point where you just kind of have to. Because there's so many thoughts built up. There's so many things that you compartmentalize. And at some point, it's all just going to blow up. At some point, that conflict is going to start. At some point, we're going to start being aggressive towards people we didn't mean to. We're going to start isolating ourselves. The anxiety is going to come. The depression might come. Like at some point, we just can't hold it in any longer. So why do we hold it in all the time? We're scared of how we'll be judged. We're scared of what people are going to think about us. I know a big thing for me is I'm scared of giving people the control over me if I tell them what might, make me mad or what might trigger my emotions, the things I might care about. I feel like people will have a control over me, have an advantage over me, will use it against me at some point. I feel like I'm losing my power when I do that. But like I said, the main reason why is we're scared of judgment. We think if we open up, we're going to look weak. We're not the strong guy we portray anymore. We think that people won't respect us if we open up. If we be vulnerable a little bit, if we talk about our emotions. So we keep everything in. We don't let it out. We just think about it. We sit on it. But the truth is, like I said earlier, that leads to nothing but stress, bro. Nothing but frustration. Nothing but emotional isolation. Nothing. Like that fear of being judged keeps a lot of men silent. Even when they fight in battles that probably are the worst battle they've ever fought in their life. Because we're scared of being judged. We've seen it perfectly, bro. If y'all keep up with the streamer world, the influencer world, whatever you want to call it, we seen one of the biggest creators come out and say he's struggling with mental health. And you know what the internet did to him, bro? You know how the internet talked about him? Like, that's why we're scared of being vulnerable. That's why we don't want to express our emotions, open up. That's why. That's exactly why. But there's a huge cost that comes with avoiding vulnerability. Like I said, there gets to a point where you just can't hold everything in all the time. It gets to a point where you literally can't. Like, it's impossible. You're going to blow up on somebody you don't intend to. You're going to say the wrong things, bro. Like at some point, it's going to become conflict, anxiety, depression, conflict between your family, the people you love, your friends. Like it comes with a cost. You're building pressure inside yourself. You're robbing yourself of peace. It's affecting your mindset. It's causing you to be angry, burnt out, not wanting to do anything anymore because you're so just full of old problems. You're full of old thoughts. You're full of old emotions. And like I said, I'm no different from any of y'all, bro. There's days where my mind races so much, like I just don't want to do anything. I don't know what to do. Because there's so many times where I suppressed what I was thinking. Where I suppressed my emotions. Where I suppressed what I was feeling. So what you don't express does not disappear. It builds up. And at some point, it'll all come out. But that's a point that we're not trying to get to. So I'm going to talk to you all about how we can break this cycle. Like, real strength is a thing, bro. Real strength isn't walking away from your problems. It's not running away and hiding from your emotions and your thoughts. Real strength is not shutting down. Real strength isn't pretending that everything is fine, everything's okay, because deep down we know it's just not. We can tell everybody it's okay. We can tell everybody we good, but only you know that it's not really good. So running away from our problems and hiding from these things is not real strength. Real strength is being emotionally intelligent. Real strength is spending the time that you need to actually understand your emotions. Understand these things you're feeling. Why you feel that way. why that emotion might have came up, and controlling them when they do come. Real strength is expressing your emotions in a healthy way. Like I told y'all, I don't talk to people about my thoughts unless I'm very, very comfortable. You my family, you one of the bros, whatever it might be. But 9 times out of 10, nobody can get anything out of me. I don't talk about it. But that journal I have, they got a lot of things in there that I just think about out of nowhere. My thoughts, my emotions, like I learned a way to express these things. So journaling could be a great way to break the cycle. Sitting down and reflecting, a great way to break the cycle. Great way. Like control over your emotions is real strength. Understanding your emotions, your feelings, expressing them in a healthy way is real strength, not suppression, not compartmentalizing them, not hiding from them, not running from them, not throwing them away. That's not real strength. That's weakness. Because like I said earlier, you think about it in any other way, something you run away from, you're scared of. You're weak. Something you hide from, you got fear of that thing. Fear is weakness. You're being scared. So why run away? Why keep hiding from them? Why not embrace your thoughts and embrace your emotions, embrace the things that you're feeling and take control over them? Become emotionally intelligent. Learn your feelings, learn your emotions. Learn the things that might trigger you, that might make you feel a certain type of way. Learn yourself and break the cycle, because there is a way to break the cycle. The best way for me outside of journaling, if you don't want to talk to nobody else out here, that guy up there, talk to him. Because I promise you, he don't judge you. I promise you, he don't go around talking and gossiping to everybody about your problems. Like, that's a big reason we scared too, is because we think everybody gonna know about our problems when we tell one person. We think that one person's gonna run and tell everybody else. But you know, God, the person who brought you here, he ain't gonna tell nobody. Prayer is strong, bro. Prayer is real. I talk to God about everything. I don't care what it is. Something big, something tiny, whatever it might be, God knows about it. He knows even if I don't talk to him about it, but he also knows because I do talk to him about it. Like, you don't got to be scared to go to God, bro. You don't got to be scared to talk about anything to God. Like, surrender it to God, and I promise you he'll fix it. He'll make it right. He will. So if you don't want to talk to anybody else and you just like me, go talk to God. Go try it out. Just one time, please. Especially if you haven't built that relationship with him yet. Go talk to God. Go pray. Go pray. That's the biggest way to break the cycle, is to go pray. Let God come into your heart. Let God come into your mind and your life, and let him lead you. Let him show you the way. Let him show you the path. You got to start small though. Like, becoming emotionally intelligent, it's not a big jump. It's not a big leap. It's not something you're just going to have in a day. It's something that it takes time to build. And I'm still building it to this day. Like, over these past couple months, over time, I have become more emotionally intelligent, but I'm not where I want to be yet. Like, there's times where I have thoughts and I have emotions and I really don't even know how to articulate them. I don't know what to say. Like, why do I feel this way? How do I explain it? I don't know. So it's not something that's just going to happen in a week. It's not something that's going to happen in a month. It's something that, it's a cycle that you break over time. But in order to break that cycle, you do got to start small, bro. And if you are a person that likes to talk to people about your emotions, or would rather tell somebody your emotions and your feelings, you got to find the right people, the right circle, people you trust, mentors, your friends, your family, whoever it might be. Find the right people. Find the right people. Because like I said, a fear for a lot of people, I know a fear for me is if I tell somebody something, everybody's going to know. So you got to find people that you trust, people that are real, people that will really have your back. And the other one I talked about, how to break this cycle, how to get away from it, is to journal. I journal everything, bro. I showed y'all my journal. I actually made a video about journaling. Y'all can go watch that. It's on my channel somewhere. I don't know how long ago it was, but there is a video about it. Go to Walmart, Target, whatever your store is, go buy a journal and just write. Let your emotions out, let your thoughts out. Ain't nobody else gonna see it but you. And you don't even gotta go back and read it. You can just write. Like, journaling brings so much clarity, bro, because you just letting your emotions free. You're not suppressing them. You're not running away from them. You're not hiding from them. Just writing. Writing is powerful, bro. And if you haven't tried journaling yet, I advise you to do that. I advise you, go get a journal and just write, bro. Because at the end of the day, like, you don't need to be vulnerable with everyone. That's not what the point of this video is. That's not what I'm saying. But you also can't be closed off to where you can't even understand your own thoughts. You can't even understand your own emotions. Like, you can be vulnerable with God. You can be vulnerable with yourself. You can be vulnerable with the people you choose. You don't got to be vulnerable with everyone. But there has to be a way that you let these emotions free so they don't build up inside you. There has to be a way where you let your feelings out so you don't lash out the wrong way one day. So the anger doesn't overcome you. So the cost of not being vulnerable don't run your life. You got to find a way to let them free. And like I said, whether it be praying and building a relationship with God, whether it be journaling, whether it be finding somebody you can actually talk to, there's a way for everybody. And it's on you to go and figure that out. Go try all these ways, because we can't let these emotions get to us anymore. We can't let them control our life anymore. Like, being a man, it's not about feeling nothing, because we're going to feel things. We're human. We're going to have emotions. We're going to have thoughts. We're going to have feelings. We're not robots. I know people may make it seem like we're robotic, but we're not robots, bro. So it's not about feeling nothing. It's about knowing how to handle what you feel. The thoughts you have, your emotions, your feelings. It's about knowing how to handle those things, knowing how to be in control of those things so we can break this cycle of avoiding vulnerability. So we can break the cycle. Not just for yourself, not just for the person next to you, but for the man you're becoming in the future. Because the future you needs to learn and needs to understand how to be vulnerable sometimes, because it's powerful. Even if you've never done it in your life, you're going to feel some power when you do for the first time. When you go talk to God for the first time, when you write for the first time, when you talk to your friends about it for the first time, or whoever you choose to talk about, you're going to feel some peace. I promise. So it's time to break that cycle, bro. But that'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button. What with the 900 subs. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I will see y'all in the next one.